I like it. Peace and prosperity to all living beings within range of my divine voice. It is I, Ptah. We are up and about in the witching hours, as some would say. Right before tomorrow, we are here today to give thanks, to show gratitude to this now moment, this very, very now moment. Miko, thank you so much for being here, Miko. Mayamina, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you both so much for coming in. I had ran some errands right when I got my truck back, and I left my phone charger in my room. Just left my phone charger, so I didn't have no way to charge my phone. I had to grab me something to eat. Completely broke my fast. Had some Italian foods. It was deserved, and it was good too. It was good. It was real good. And my daughter is doing better. I'm just getting to like the little updates out the way now. Like my daughter is doing better. She should be ready to go back to school by Monday. And I kept my immune system up so where I wasn't, you know, about to catch anything too, because they say it's contagious. They say you can still catch it as an adult and all that kind of stuff. So I made sure I took good care of myself, and here we are, thankful, and on to the next day. We're gonna go right back to work tomorrow like ain't nothing ever happened. But for now, for right now, we are standing outside with our feet on the ground. I just want everybody to absorb some of this energy. I just want everybody to absorb this energy, because when I tell you that a part of you can understand and understand the feeling of grounding right now that I'm experiencing, even though you're not here physically, I mean it. Because our DNA remembers and recognizes, even in a separate moment, the what seems like detachment in time and space. Thank you, Yah. What seems like a detachment in time and space is really not there at all. Because as I am doing this, I am reminding you to do it. I am reminding you of the feeling from it. Whether you experience it in this lifetime, recently, in the multiverse, something about you resonates with being in touch with nature. It always has and always will. Because we are a part of nature. It is something that we all need to reflect upon for guidance and strength. Yes, grounded. For guidance and strength. Because I promise you, if we move and flow with the universe, with earth, with nature, our lives will be better. We watch, um, shout out to Yah, her amazing live tonight. We talk about renewal earlier today, and we think about nature, and nature is constantly balanced and in renewal. You see in nature on a regular basis death and renewal, a tower moment, and then the sun card. You see the dark and you see the light, and you see them come together in balance. I appreciate you back. You see them come together in balance, because when we have the winter come, shout out to all of us up north, you know what I'm saying? When the winter comes, everything that we looking at now that's colorful and green and oranges and reds, all these colorful, vibrant things we see in nature, it's gonna be all snowed out. And it will die, but it will not be gone forever. It won't even be gone for a long time. Just a couple seasons. Just like those flowers you planted that come back every spring, that's nature. There's nothing that a human being can do to adjust that or set that timing, set that schedule. We can do things to mimic it, but we can't control that. It's man-made. That's a man-made energy. That's why it's so important to have plants around. My daughter, even though she doesn't get to always go outside every day to ground, I have a grounding mat on her bed. I need to try to see if I can get in leagues with them because I'd love to advertise for them. They legit. Everything and everyone releases, restores, and renews. Yes. When we ground, when we're thinking about grounding, when we're in touch with grounding, we are getting in touch with nature. We are allowing nature to fuel us and renew our bodies literally. Because all those excess negative ions or even excess positive ions are then downloaded right into the earth. Right now, my feet are downloading and sending information and energy. I am giving up the negativity of today. I'm giving up the worries. I'm giving up the fears. I'm giving up the doubts. I'm giving up the anxiety. Naturally, I'm giving it up to the earth itself, and in return, just the same way I get oxygen from my carbon dioxide from the trees automatically. Miko, I appreciate you being here. Automatically getting that back. I am automatically getting back these positive ions right through my feet, right into my body, recharging me right now, instantaneously as we speak. I am also communicating with the earth. So this is the part that I don't usually talk about on TikTok. Because now we about to get into what people call pseudosciences and all that type of shit. Listen to me. You can't prove it wrong, and there's too many people that can prove it right, which makes it real science. That's it. Science is supposed to be based off of how many times you can prove something correct over and over again. Right? Things I'm talking about have been proven correct over and over again. It doesn't matter if you don't believe it. It doesn't matter if you were told not to believe it. It still exists whether you say it does or doesn't. I just want to get that off my chest because I can do that here on YouTube. I did that back on TikTok. We talking what we want to say and saying what we want to talk on here. When we are tapping into this energy, we are communicating with the planet itself. We are communicating with the planet, which is constantly communicating with the universe. All right? Earth has a frequency that has to resonate with everything else. Earth has its own frequency that resonates with every other planet around us. So Saturn, Mars, actually I used to know all the planets in alignment. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. That's the order. For the ones that they tell us about, right? All of those planets have to communicate with Earth, and Earth has to communicate with them. And the sun, of course, is communicating with all of them. And then there's a whole nother sun that's communicating with our sun. But let me come back. I digress. What I mean to say is, with my feet barefoot on this ground right now, and I am taking energy from the earth while giving the earth energy back. There's an exchange happening. There's a communication happening. There's an exchange happening right now. You hear my voice. You may even see me and see my mouth moving. You may just see the energy surrounding me. But there's an exchange happening. Your attention for this energy. We are doing the same to the planet. And we may not be using our mouths or using language to make that communication, to have that conversation, but it's not even necessary. It's not even necessary. It's a slow it's a slow bandwidth in comparison to the direct, right? I don't need AOL to connect to the planet. I don't need this phone to connect to the planet, right? But seriously, when we are in that communication, now we can start to understand why the birds are flying down south at certain times of the year, right? Why certain flowers bloom at certain moments and certain times, right? And we know that we've had access to that knowledge because we've documented it. We've documented it in several different places as indigenous people. We've documented it all over the place. So we know that we knew on multiple occasions in multiple places, we knew these things, we understood these things. We taught those things to everybody. You can look across all history and see where we are educating somebody about farming, somebody about math, all over the place. Where did we get the knowledge from? We got the knowledge from the ground. We got the knowledge from the sky. Because we were holding our palms to the sun and absorbing the rays. Because our feet were on the ground, grounding and pulling up right into our root chakras, right into our sacrals, right into our hearts. Channeling it all the way up to our third and our mind to process it. Right? That's a conversation. That's a conversation. And when you're having a conversation with the planet gonna tell you what it's on. Because the planet don't gatekeep. The planet ain't gonna gatekeep information. You want information, you want love, you want anything from the planet, it will give it to you. No questions asked. You ain't gotta pay no fees. It doesn't matter what you're wearing or how you look. None of that shit matters. The planet gonna give you love regardless. These trees gonna give you oxygen regardless. Period. So why are we not communicating with that type of energy? What does it say for us when we talk about how we want great connections in our lives, right? You got so many of us, you know, coming on these social apps for romance, right? Looking for that person. You got so many of us coming on this app for abundance, right? But there is a whole source of abundance and love constantly available to us that we basically turn down, that we basically ignore, constantly ignoring it. We have this whole society that built all these things to block out this information, but we know that, we instinctively know that, and we still allow things to happen. We still eat McDonald's. We still, you know, fuck McDonald's. I'm sorry. I can't stand McDonald's. Sorry. Not sorry, but sorry. Let me back. We're communicating with the planet constantly. We're communicating with the planet constantly. We are communicating with the planet constantly. Now, can you hear the planet is where the key comes in. I hear the earth. I can't recognize everything. I ain't the greatest. But I can feel the energy. And I can feel it aligning me to a higher good. I can feel it set me up for success. And then I come out and I share that energy because I don't want to gatekeep neither. That's my whole goal. It's like, I know this is great. I know the things I'm doing is great. It's not just that I'm great. I'm sharing the greatness. I'm sharing the sauce. Because it's meant to be shared. And there's more abundance that come with me sharing it than trying to keep it for myself. I can't keep it for myself. I want others to rise too. I want to see not just myself in the sky. I want to fly with others. I want to see the whole world lifted up. I want to be able to just look around while I'm astral traveling and just see all my loved ones. Like, hey, what you up to, man? I just came back from Saturn. What? You was in Saturn? What was it like? It was cold. Well, I ain't going to Saturn then. I'm from Michigan. I don't need no more cold. I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not joking. Astral travel is real. Astral projections are real. Remote viewing is real. It's not pseudoscience. It's not devilish activities. None of that nonsense. Don't believe everything you told. Research it for yourself. But, we just talking and chilling on here tonight. I wasn't really planning on staying on too long. I just felt bad that I was irresponsible and left my phone charging. I'm like, I need to at least come and say hello. I ain't been on here in a couple days. And yeah, I got good reasons. I was being a father. I was being responsible, all those important adult things and all that. But still, this is just as important. Because this is part of my life's work. And this is part of my legacy. To leave love forever. For peace and prosperity to be forever. For millions of people to hear and feel peace and prosperity. It's all I can dream and hope for. So, I wanted to at least come and share what was off my mind right now. Bring up that understanding. See if I can activate somebody's DNA. And just tell everybody how grateful I am and that everything's okay. We'll be back on tomorrow, definitely. I'll be doing some shop lives for the TikToks. And then I'll be back on here maybe even twice tomorrow. I might just hop on just to be hopping on and do another grounding live tomorrow night. But the energy is necessary. There's too much going on in the world right now for me not to be helping people ground and reminding people to ground. And it's good for me too. It's good for me too. I appreciate both of y'all being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for the millions of people who will see this later, we love you, we appreciate you. Everything works in your divine timing. This is your journey. I'm just here to share a piece of my journey with you. And I'm thankful to do so. And I'm grateful that you're here. I love you all. I will see everyone again soon. Peace and prosperity.